Good morning, everybody, and this is your S&P 500 day trade setups for today, the 7th of February. So, kind of a lot going on at the moment, but we've been going parabolic here on the 8 hour. You can see how this curve just gets steeper and steeper and steeper. We've kind of topped out. We've got a crossover, and we're moving down on the oscillators. They are separating a little bit, and then we have this tweezer bottom with a higher low here. It's pretty much off structure, so the first pin bar is off structure here, but we are being challenged by this overhead resistance at the moment at 41.26. So if we just get down to the lower time frame, you look at the 3 hour, kind of starting to cross over. They have separated far apart in an upward trend. Bit of diversions. You see there's a swing low there where we're high. Here's a current swing low, which is low, where the price is higher. And then even this little one here, so that's a double bottom. So from this one here to there is a double bottom on the oscillator. So there's a lot going on at the moment. I don't trust this price action here. I'm going at the close of last week because that's all over the place. But what we're seeing here, range bar, not really a pin bar, so I would look for another signal, and you probably find a better signal on a lower time frame. You see there's a pin bar off that level. We've got a little bit of a tweezer bottom attempt at it, and the thing is we just keep bumping our head here. So, and look at the oscillators at the moment grouping to the upside. So this is, the bears are trying to find resistance here. The bulls are trying to defend this zone at the moment. So I'm kind of skeptical with what we're seeing, because it could go either way. So if you start looking at the 50-minute, you can see the separation of the oscillators, and it does look like we're wanting to recapture this area. So logic for me is as follows. What we're looking for is a break of this area. I'm not going to trade that break. I want to see this gap close here. I then want to see a pullback. Find support here. That would get me looking for opportunities to the upside. Tight stop below the structure that's formed, and then it should shoot past the gap and then come and test this zone right over here. So it should come up and test 41.61. Okay. The other one is there's a gap to the downside here that formed last night. So that is also a possibility. So that's over there. And there's a bit of structure here as well. So, if we break this to the downside, then I suspect you're coming back down to test this 4100 or 49.5 area. If we do get above this area, that is a valid test of 4100. So that's something that we would be looking for. So that's kind of my view at the moment. We are above the moving averages at the moment. We are flat on the moving averages, so there's nothing really to write home about there. But this is the area I'm watching, 41.26. Get above it. Wait for the gap to close, wait for the pullback. It should be a pullback onto the structure. You can see we battled with it most of yesterday, so there's nothing that should make you believe you're not going to battle with it this morning. If that happens and you form a base off here, long it is. And the thing is, you're going to be long sort of with a 100-point stop loss, and you're aiming for a 300-point gain. So it's a 3-to-1 trade setup to the upside. Setup to the downside is a little bit more risky as far as I'm concerned, just based on where we are in the moving averages on the hour. But it is possible that you just fly down to the bottom here as well. So that is possible, but the trend is currently up, so it's not a trade that I want to be taking right now. So that's kind of the view I've got at the moment. It is messy. All the indexes are extremely messy. So we'll have to wait and see what transpires here. And bear in mind that this gap to the upside is a weekly gap, so it's going to be a stronger one than this intraday gap down here. Anyway, that's the only setup that I'm looking for at the moment is break, close the gap, come back, form a base, and that's the entry. If that base fails, then you should expect this to close, and I wouldn't be taking that short, not when we are in this situation with the moving averages at the moment. So I'd want to see a clear break of the moving averages and a pullback and a test and a crossover before doing that. And if you look at this here, this thing's gonna squirt up. It's gonna squirt up to close the gap at least, and there is another gap higher up as well. So that's kind of my view at the moment. Hope it helps, and whatever you do, just keep those stops really tight. Don't try and trade without stops here, because you could just as well flip a coin as well. Anyway, that's kind of my view at the moment. Hope it helps, and enjoy your day. Cheers for now.